manager, your success depends on the performance and effectiveness of your team. But what can you do to build a well-functioning, high-performing team? In this video, we'll find out. Join me as we explore the groundbreaking discoveries of Google's Project Aristotle and the tech giant's lesson learned that can help you in building a high-performing team. Hello and a very warm welcome to the channel. If we're meeting for the first time, my name is Sabine Renner. I'm an organizational psychologist, leadership coach and trainer, and on this channel I share proven and actionable tips, tools and strategies to help you take the lead and succeed in your career. Back in 2012, Google embarked on a quest to unravel the secret behind high-performing teams. The project, codenamed Aristotle in a tribute to Aristotle's quote, "The whole is greater than the sum of its part," was born. And for 2 years, no stone, or in Google's world, no data point was left unturned. Google, known for its data-driven approach, delved into the work reality of its teams. They wanted to understand what differentiates the high-performing teams from those that don't perform that well. Searching for a kind of high-performance algorithm and armed with extensive resources, Google's researchers studied 180 diverse teams within their corporate environment. They collected and analyzed a wealth of data, examining over 250 attributes and conducting hundreds of interviews, with the objective to find a pattern that would predict team success. However, to their surprise, the researchers discovered that the traditional ingredients often associated with team effectiveness, such as personality traits, team composition, skills, individual performance levels, seniority, as well as demographics of the team members, had very little significance, leaving the researcher puzzled, at least initially. Fortunately for us, they continued their research and finally found their answer by looking into group norms, which in simple terms means the standards and unwritten rules by which the members of a team work together and collaborate. And they concluded that what really matters was less about who is in the team and much more about how the team works together. They identified 5 key dynamics of effective teams, and on the top of their list was a concept called psychological safety. Psychological safety wasn't a new concept. Originally developed by Harvard professor Amy Edmondson in the late 1990s, psychological safety is defined as a shared belief held by members of a team that the team is safe for interpersonal risk-taking. Sounds very theoretical, doesn't it? Well, let's look into 3 workplace situations to better understand what it means in practice. Imagine the following. Sarah is attending a team meeting in which a report is being discussed. She has questions about what is being presented, but instead of seeking clarification, she hesitates to speak up because she's concerned about appearing uninformed or incompetent in front of her manager or peers. During a brainstorming session, Jacob has reservations about a proposed idea, but he remains quiet and withholds his viewpoint as he doesn't want to rock the boat or be seen as overly critical. In a project review meeting, Carrie realizes that she has made a mistake that could impact the project's progress. However, she's so afraid of being judged and doesn't want to harm her professional reputation. So the mistake remains unaddressed, potentially leading to further complications along the way and hindering the team's ability to learn and grow from experience. In each of these situations, psychological safety, or better the lack thereof, influenced an individual's decision to withhold questions, challenges or mistakes due to fears of negative consequences. And maybe some of these situations sound familiar to you too. Maybe you have witnessed similar circumstances firsthand. Well, I certainly did several times throughout my 15 years corporate career, and the costs of a lack of psychological safety are tremendous. A fear of speaking up causes valuable insights and perspective to go unshared, leading to a lack of diverse ideas and innovation. A lack of collaboration leads to silo thinking, reduced communication, and missed opportunities for collective problem solving. A lower willingness to take risks discourages innovative thinking and creative problem solving. Lower trust and engagement levels lead to decreased productivity and overall lower job satisfaction. More frequent conflicts create a toxic work environment and damage relationships. And lastly, a lower willingness to admit mistakes and to ask for help hinders individual and collective development and impairs results. So the question is, what can we do to strengthen the level of psychological safety within our teams, to foster a climate of trust, openness, and collaboration as the basis for reaching high performance levels? Well, the first thing that you want to consider is to understand the dynamics within your team. How? Well, fortunately, we can lean on Amy Edmondson's work and look at the following 7 statements and ask ourselves to which extent we either agree or we disagree. Sharing these statements and asking for the input of your team members will also provide you with super valuable feedback. Here they are. If you make a mistake on this team, it is often held against you. Members of this team are able to bring up problems and tough issues. People on this team sometimes reject others for being different. It is safe to take a risk on this team. It is difficult to ask other members of this team for help. No one in this team would deliberately act in a way that undermines my effort. Working with members of this team, my unique skills and talents are valued and utilized. Now, what should you do in case you feel hesitation to share it? Well, in this case, maybe it's already a sign that the psychological safety within your team needs improvement. And then it might be a good idea to start with intentionally fostering the psychological within your team. And as a manager, you have many different ways to do so. And it really starts with you. In a recent Harvard Business Review interview, Amy Edmondson shared 3 practices that can be of help. Practice number 1. Make it clear why employees' voices matter and actively invite their input. Many individuals naturally hold back and remain silent, so it's crucial for you to set the stage for your team members to speak up. Explicitly state why their input and viewpoints are needed and that you encourage them to share any ideas, questions, or concerns to help co-create the best possible solution. In this regard, actively inviting inputs is essential. Don't assume that people will naturally share their thoughts or understand that their input is valued. Instead, explicitly request input by asking open-ended questions such as, "What are you seeing?" or "What are your thoughts on this?" to encourage active contribution. The second practice is to admit your own fallibility, which means to admit and acknowledge your own mistakes and to demonstrate how you've learned from them. By doing so, you create an environment that encourages others to do the same. Modeling the desired behavior, such as being respectful, open to feedback, and willing to take risks, also helps to normalize vulnerability within the team. And then the third strategy is to respond productively. When team members do speak up with unconventional ideas or challenging feedback, take them seriously and respond productively. It is important to avoid blaming or shutting down individuals who provide input. Instead, adopt an appreciate and forward-thinking approach. Replace blame or doubt with curiosity. By being curious and adopting a learning mindset, you can foster a safe space for an open dialogue and collaboration, creating opportunities for growth and improvement. Another great way of strengthening the psychological safety within your team is to develop the growth mindset of yourself and your team members. How? Well, have a look at this video to find out. And in case you would like to learn more proven and actionable tips to take the lead and succeed at work, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay tuned. Thanks so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.